We also greet ang aton nga administration and staff sa Adventist Medical Center Bacolod, especially in the leadership sa aton nga President and Medical Director, Dr. Sherwin Rodrigo.
And also, I would like to greet ang aton mga kaupo diri sa studio, sa aton mga technical staff who are working behind the camera, no? Thank you so much, sirs, kaga mga ma'am, sa pag-upod sa amon sa sining kagahon. And also to the Uriox JJ Events and Prints by Sir Junray Ladanio and Ma'am Jenny Hamandre. Happy morning sa inyo, kaga thank you, no, sa pag-set up sa ang aton nga studio. And also sa mga sisters institution naton inside the CPUC territory, sa mga missions, conferences, kag mga hospitals. Sa mga workers dira, happy morning sa inyo, kaga enjoy sa pagalantaw sa amon diri sa The Voice of Health. So another thing, no, I would like to encourage our Facebook viewers sa mga page nga ginlawag kagaina to comment your greetings kung may mga gusto ka mo i-shout out dira. So i-comment nyo lang kung may mga pamangkot man kamo regarding sa aton topic later on, pwede nyo gid mapamangkot. And also if you have some prayer request nga gusto nyo iupod karon, no, you can freely comment it sa aton comment box sa tanan nga page nga Live Subong, and we'll be happy, no, to mention it and to include it in our prayers.
Yes, aside from commenting sa atin nga FB Live and YouTube channel, you can also send your text messages sa atin nga hotline number nga makita ninyo sa inyong mga screen, 0921-299-2122. 0921-299-2122.
And for this episode, kapag laom Karen, we have a very interesting and important topic, no, as a human being. And our topic for today is all about self-care, wellness, and lifestyle. So kapag laom Karen, do you have any idea kung ano ni siya ka-importante ang self-care, wellness, and lifestyle?
How I understand the topic kapag laom Nat is self-care encourages us to have healthy relationship with ourselves. Because we cannot give to others what we don't have kapag laom Nat.
That's right.
Meaning to say, kung aton ginaatipanan, kag aton ginapalangga ang aton nga kaugalingon, we can also love and care for others.
And also, no, I'd like also to share, no, why this topic is important, self-care. It's because at the end of the day, mga kapaglaom, all we have is ourselves. So kinahanglan naton nga aton gid tatapon ang aton nga kaugalingon, hindi lang sa physical but all aspect, mental, spiritual, emotional, sa aton nga sarili, so that at the end of the day we can manage everything aton experience, kaga kabalo kita mag-set sang isa ka positive mindset, no, mga kapaglaom. But before that, no, before the topic, sa aton pagbalik, maging kaupod na naton ang aton guest speaker for this episode. So stay tuned, mga kapaglaom, and The Voice of Health will be right back.
For your healthy meal options, visit us at NutriBites Cafeteria, located at the West Wing ground floor of Adventist Medical Center Bacolod. Available for delivery via Food Panda. You may also visit us at Fruits and Bites, located at the ground floor of the new Simplicio Palanca Medical Arts Building of Adventist Medical Center Bacolod.
For healthcare needs such as executive checkup and annual physical exam, visit us at Adventist Medical Center, Bacolod, Xavier Ramos Avenue, Tacoling, Bacolod City. Call us at telephone number 488-7777 or email us at info@adventisthealth-bcd.com or DM us at our official Facebook page at Adventist Medical Center, Bacolod. We are happy to bring you our BAMC Happy Card, Hospital Affiliation Privilege Incentive Program for loyal patients. Discounted hospital services for our card holders, plus the additional perks of discount privileges up to 30% with our partnered companies. For more information, please contact us at 034-488-7777, local 335. Cell phone number 0921-299-2122. You may email us at marketing@adventisthealth-bcd.com.
Welcome back mga kapaglaom. It is my privilege to introduce to you ang aton guest speaker this morning. She is the Department Manager of Health and Lifestyle Institute. Without further ado, let's give this time to Dr. Bishi Fernan Santa Cruz.
Happy morning, Doc.
Good morning, Sir Nat and Ma'am Karen. So thank you for this opportunity to be with you today.
Okay, and welcome sa The Voice of Health, Doc. No, this is your first time, no, to speak.
Yes. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Okay, so base may mga gusto ka i-greet, Doc, no, sa mga viewers or sa mga family members, no, you can freely comment.
Okay, I would just like to say good morning to all the viewers, and I hope that you will be learning a lot. No, it's actually the topic is not just for healthcare workers, but for everybody who needs self-care.
Okay, so if you are ready and sa lecture, we are excited also mga kapaglaom, no? So comment na sa inyong mga pamangkot later, kag kung may mga ballpen and papers ka mo, pwede gid ka take notes sa atong topic. So take your time, Doc.
Okay, so let's start. So almost 80% now of reasons why people go to the clinic for checkup is usually due to stress. So last April 4 to 8, 2022, we celebrated Healthcare Workers Week. Health Workers Week. And as healthcare workers, I think it is important for us to practice self-care routinely so we can be efficient and be more productive without becoming overwhelmed. So let me read this line from a prominent American rabbi, Harold Kushner. He said, "So the person who weighs considerably more than he should and whose heart has to pump blood through miles of additional fat cells and clogged arteries will have to pay the price for the additional strain in his system and will have no grounds to complain to God. Neither, alas, nor will the doctor, the clergyman, or the politician who work long hours, 7-day week after 7-day week, in the noblest of causes, but fails to take care of his own health in the process." So this one, it is really, even though how noble we want to achieve in this world, but we fail to take care of our health. Sometimes we become diseased. So this is a definition of healthcare by WHO 2013. It says, self-care is the ability of individuals, families, and communities to promote health, prevent disease and maintain health, and to cope with illnesses and diseases with or without the support of a healthcare provider. So healthcare is what people do to themselves to establish and maintain health, prevent and deal with illnesses. So it is very broad. It has a lot of topics. It includes hygiene, general and personal. Next is nutrition, the type and quality of food that is eaten every day. Lifestyle, how you do your daily living and your sporting activities and leisure. It also includes environmental factors, including living conditions and social habits. It also includes socio-economic status, including your level of income, your cultural beliefs, and of course self-medication. So first, health literacy. So it includes the capacity of individuals to obtain and process and understand basic health information and services needed to make appropriate health decisions. So in self-care, you should know, you will be able to know that when you're gonna be seeing the doctor, when you are gonna be able to have tests taken for you to examine your health. It also includes self-awareness of the physical and mental condition, including your body mass index. You should know how much do you weigh, and how high is your cholesterol, how high is your blood pressure, and that you are engaged in health screening. Physical activity. We are made to move, so we have to practice moderate physical activity such as walking, cycling, biking, or participating in sports at a desirable frequency. This also includes healthy eating, no, including nutritious, balanced diet with appropriate levels of calorie intake, no, not just eat and eat. Next would be risk avoidance or mitigation. That includes no quitting tobacco if you are smoking, limiting alcohol use, getting vaccinated, practicing safe sex, and using sunscreens. It also includes good hygiene, no, washing your hands regularly, especially in this time of COVID-19, no, brushing the teeth and washing the food before you eat. And rational and responsible use of products, services, diagnostics, and medicines. No, being aware of the dangers that you are of the medicines that you are taking and using it responsibly when necessary. Healthcare providers sometimes forget that they are people and patients too. So most of the time, we work long hours and then we tend to forget to take good care of ourselves. So this is the leading cause of death in the United States, and this is very similar, to the statistics that we have here in the Philippines. So the number one cause of death is still heart disease, followed by cancer and stroke. But as you can see here, the actual cause of death, or the root cause, would be tobacco smoking, poor diet, physical inactivity, and alcohol consumption. And in the statistics, healthcare providers are also included in these. So this is an example of a self-care. So this is a mnemonic that would spring out from the word self-care. So first is spiritual life. Now I will be talking each of these individually later. Next is exercising through regular walking. So being in this moment. Next would be L, so sleep before midnight. And next, family and friends, they're being contacted regularly. C, creativity exercise, like painting or something that would spark your interests. Next would be taking care of my physical appearance. R, reading fiction or avoiding news or social media. Sometimes social media can be overwhelming already. Next would be E for healthy eating. So let's start with physical self-care. So there are a lot of domains in self-care. So first is this is a checklist from the social work, buffalo.edu. So this is a checklist for you to know if you are exhibiting self-care. So are you eating regularly, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and do you eat them the same time of the day? So you have to have that regularity each day. Are you eating healthy foods? Do you exercise? Do you get regular medical care for prevention? Get medical care when needed? When do you take time off when you're sick? Do you get massages for relaxation? Or do you do things that you enjoy, like dancing, swimming, walking, running, playing sports, singing, or doing some of the fun physical activity? Do you get enough sleep? Do you wear the clothes that you like? Or do you take vacations? So let me focus on the three, regular physical, nutrition, food, nutrition, exercise, and sleep. So this is the dietary spectrum. This is taken from the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, dietary position. This is their statement. This ACLM recommends eating a plant-based, predominantly whole food plant-based diet. So in this left side, this is what Americans eat. They call this as a standard American diet or the SAD diet. So this SAD diet comprises of refined grains, as you can see, high fat, high caloric intake. So these would increase risk for obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and some cancers. And as we have shown kanina, poor nutrition is one of the leading causes of death globally. So as we move through the other end of the spectrum, dito sa right, so some maybe would decrease their sweets and snacks, and they would decrease their fatty foods, fried foods, refined grains, refined sugar, meat, dairy, eggs, poultry, and high sodium foods. And then others would try to increase their whole food plant-based, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, beans, nuts, seeds, and water. They would increase their water intake. So as you move to the spectrum, to the right, this decreases your risk for obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and some cancers. And of course, this would lead also to chronic disease, treatment, and potential reversal. So this is very powerful. Next, I would also want to take note of the mood and nutrients and how these affects our mood, how the food that we eat affects our mood. So adults who frequently eat fast foods are 40% more likely to develop depression than those avoiding fast food. So this was a study done by Toledo in 2012. So in another study, in 2011 and 2010, respectively, so according to a study in Australia and Norwegian adults, they show that fried foods, refined grains, and sugary products was associated with increased depression and anxiety. So it is important to take note of what you eat each day. Next is physical activity. So it is recommended to do 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity per week. 75% of vigorous physical activity per week in bouts of at least 10 minutes. And for children, 60 minutes per day is recommended. So start low and go slow. There is gradual progression of exercise time, frequency, and intensity. This is recommended for best adherence and so that there would be least injury risk. So when you exercise, there would be an increase in the volume of your hippocampus. So we know that the hippocampus is a complex brain structure that has a major role in learning and memory. So if you want to learn to study for the exam, so you have to exercise so that you will be able to improve your memory. Next would be exercise increases your brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So studies have been shown that the brain can regenerate. So BDNF is a protein that promotes the survival of nerve cells by playing a role in the growth, maturation, differentiation, and maintenance of these cells. And next, exercise increases norepinephrine. So norepinephrine is usually given to those patients with ADHD. So exercise really increases focus. Next is endorphins. Endorphins are released during exercise, and we know that this is the feel-good hormone, and this is one of the reasons why when you run, you will have this runner's high. Next is serotonin. So this is released during exercise, which can also enhance mood. So exercise increases blood flow to the brain, which increases motivation, focus, and learning. So even though exercise is a lot of things that you can benefit with. Okay, physical activity boosts mood. It's comparable to cognitive therapy in the impact of depression. So even though it is slightly more effective overall when compared with standard treatments, including medication. But we have to take note that physical activity takes a while. Same with the antidepressants. It would take about 4 weeks to 6 weeks for the effect of the medication. And so with exercise. So it also increases psychological well-being. And they noted that it is associated with higher physical activity. So this was done in a prospective study over 11 years. So there is really ample evidence to support that exercise is one of the most effective means available to improve mental and physical health. Next would be sleep. Oops, sorry. Okay. So lack of sleep can make a person irritable. It drags down your energy level and can cause or even worsen depression. So sometimes when you lack sleep, mangakig ka na sa imo na upod, sa balay, sa imong mga kids, because it would really drag your energy level down. And it will make you be irritable. Sleep also heightens brain function. So if you have to be productive enough to do some cerebral thoughts or activities, you like studying for the board exams or doing some task that involves your critical thinking, sleep would really heighten your brain function. We think better, and it can help us stay sharp when we get good restorative sleep, contributing to complex thinking, learning, memory, and decision making. So you would ask, how much of sleep do we need? So for adults, generally we need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So this is applicable for adults 18 years old and above. So it would also include those in the senior years. And teens, teens needs 8.5 to 9.5 hours of sleep each day. And of course, it would increase, as the younger the population would get. So next would be the psychological self-care. So we're done with the physical self-care a while ago. So how to do manage your psychological health? So take day trips or mini vacations. So make time away from telephones, email, and internet, and make time for self-reflection. Notice your inner experience, like listening to your thoughts. No, actually, this is self-care assessment. That's why it's referring to first person, using first person pronouns. So listen to your thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and feelings. And of course, you have to have a gratitude journal. So write in a journal the things that you do each day. Read literature that is unrelated to work. Do something at which you are not expert or in charge of, and attend to minimizing stress in life. Engage in intelligence in new area like going to an art show, sport events, or theater. Be curious and say sometimes no to extra responsibilities. Next would be emotional self-care. So spend time with others whose company you enjoy. Stay in contact with important people in your life. Who matters most to your life. Give yourself affirmation, and of course praise yourself. Love yourself. So reread favorite books, re-review favorite movies, and identify comforting activities, people, places, objects, places, and seek them out. Allow yourself to cry. And find time also to laugh, of course. Spiritual care. So this is very, very important. So make time for reflection. So sometimes I always tell my patient, this is one of the most important aspects in your life, and this should not be taken for granted. So spend time in nature. When you spend time in nature, you become closer, to the Lord. And find a spiritual connection or community if you do not have one. And of course, be open to inspiration. Cherish your optimism and hope. And be aware of non-material aspects of life. So try time not to be in charge or be open to not knowing. So there are a lot of things that we do not know. And identify what is meaningful to you. Okay, hello, mic test. Okay. Next is identify what is meaningful to you and notice its place in your life. Meditate. Take like an hour a day. When you wake up, you spend time and meditate by reading the Word of God and your devotional. And of course, you have to pray unceasingly and sing. Have experiences of awe. What does this mean? So going to places that is beautiful and awesome. It's that you can say to yourself that, wow, this is a very great creation that God has given us. Contribute to causes in which you believe, and read inspirational literature or listen to inspirational talks or music. Okay. It's not working. Okay, so I'll just proceed to relationship self-care. So foster relationship with your loved ones. Schedule regular dates with your partner or your spouse. Schedule regular activities with your children. Make time to see your friends. Call, check, or see your relatives. Spend time with a companion of animals, if you have one, like dogs. And stay in contact with faraway friends. Make time to reply to personal emails and letters, and send holiday cards. So allow others to do things for you. Enlarge your social network and ask for help when you need them. Share your fear, your hope, or secret with someone you trust. Next would be your workplace or professional self-care. So take break during the workday. So if you need to do your lunch, you take that time to eat your lunch. Take time to chat with coworkers, when needed, and make a quiet time to complete your task that is needed of you. Identify projects or tasks that are exciting, and rewarding. So sometimes this will foster motivation, for you to do better. Set limits with your clients and colleagues. And balance your caseload so that no one or day or part of the day is too much for you. So arrange workspaces so that it is comfortable. So that it's not arrange workspace so that it is comfortable and comforting. Get regular supervision or consultation with your higher ups, if you feel overwhelmed with your work already. Negotiate, for your needs like benefits. Have peer support group, and develop a non-traumatic area for professional interest. Strive for overall balance, within your work life and your work day. Strive for balance among work, family, relationships, play, and rest. So for the self-care toolbox, from the Healthcare Toolbox website, we have to be aware of our own emotions and stresses and distresses. Connect with others by talking about their reaction with trusted colleagues and others who will listen to you. Maintain a balance between the professional and personal lives with a focus on self-care. Do relaxation, exercise, stress management to prevent and lessen the effects of workplace stress. Okay, so how do you prevent secondary traumatic stress in your daily life? So eat sensibly. Actually, this is really emphasizing on the lifestyle. Eating sensibly and regularly every day. Get adequate sleep each night. Exercise regularly. Be aware of your stress level and take precautions against exceeding your own limit. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. That the task is so much that you are stressed out, that sometimes you could not think anymore. You cannot think straight anymore. Acknowledge your reactions to stressful circumstances and allow yourself to cope with these emotions. So try to do diversity of tasks at work or vary your caseload, and you take breaks during the work day, and do relaxation techniques. Sometimes when everything is overwhelming, deep breathing would be helpful. Okay, seek out or establish a professional support group and recognize your personal limitation. Okay, and also seek therapy if your work is negatively impacting your self-esteem, quality of life, and relationship. So this is a painful truth. Self-neglect can lead to tragic consequences. So we have to be aware of the things that would overwhelm us, that stresses us. So we have to be learning always. So we have to have that that is in us, that we have to be learning about ourselves and how we have to manage ourselves, about how we feel, and we have to also seek learning that would help us grow professionally, that it would spark enthusiasm and break the monotony of our life. Okay, so what is the challenge? People rarely find time to do self-care. But for us to do this, we have to make time. No, we cannot find time. We have to make time. We have to prioritize our daily choices and the opportunity that is presented in front of us. So this extra time, no? So lifestyle medicine does not just extend life. It makes it better throughout. So only a finite amount of time. We only have a very limited time here on earth, and we have to make it we have to make the most of it. I always tell my patients, no, live every day, no, your life every day as if it is your last. If you do not choose how you spend your time, someone else will choose for you. So not everyone can have the same opportunities, responsibilities, or hardships to overcome. Self-care choices are personal, no? So the things that I have mentioned kanina, no, the checklist, no, this may not be applicable to everyone, but this can be custom made. So everyone's life and ability to make healthy decisions is not equal. So being non-judgmental is necessary for yourself as well as for other people around you. So that's why in lifestyle medicine we do motivational interviewing, and we employ stage-based interventions, depending on whether you are in the pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, or maintenance. Okay, so it is critical that lifestyle medicine, so these healthy choices, could help you be the best that you can be for yourself. So healthy lifestyle are likely to benefit physicians, healthcare workers, as much as they do in the general population. Simple things, such as getting enough sleep, exercising, and seeing a physician for regular medical care, rather than self-treatment. Sometimes you just do self-treatment, and then the next thing you know, your disease is already progressed, that the physician's gonna do anything about it. So setting appropriate limits and pursuing meaningful life activities outside of work are also necessary, for physicians and healthcare workers to have balance, emotional support that buffers against stress of medical practice. So for the trainings and competence, so find ways to develop professional self-confidence, competence, and the ability to act with authority that does not also foster the sense of invincibility. So this should be the top priority in the training programs. So physicians need to accept the notion that professional competence allows for compassion toward other professionals and towards themselves. So the key is for individual like nurses, or physicians, to be able to identify their unique triggers and build a wide range of coping strategies that they can apply to particular situations. So compassion is often the ultimate gift, especially to nurses, given to patients, and it must be nourished to be sustained. So these are the self-care tips by Dr. Lisa Chu. So these are advices and not necessarily evidences. So have boundaries, define who you are, and take responsibility for your role in creating your reality. So move from reactive to creative mode. Create an intention and mindset that affirms your sense of self before you begin to respond to others. So you have to know yourself as a person, before you can treat other people also. Listen to your body, your intuition, and your felt experience, like listening to the totality of your being, not just your thoughts. Find out what restores you. We physicians sometimes have a lot of things that's going on, and then sometimes we become parang nauubos na tayo. That's why we have to restore ourselves. Restorative activities actually engages both our mind, body in a deep, coordinated way and provide you with a sense of freedom and joy.
Happy morning mga kapaglaong. Happy morning mga kapaglaom. So let's have a short, very short break, no? And the Voice of Health will be right back.
The people in this world need to know that the signs of the times are fulfilling. Please join with me to take this missionary book of the year designated for the year 2022, the final hope to every household. This is to help inform people around the world about the three angels' messages with a loud voice. People are suffering and challenged tremendously during this worldwide pandemic. Some people lost their loved ones. Some were challenged emotionally and financially. But despite all of these challenges, we proclaim that there is hope and we have no time to lose. The world needs to know hope in Jesus. Therefore, Ellen White says, it is a privilege of every Christian not to look for, but to hasten the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. Family and friends, let us work together as we share this booklet like never before, so that people who will receive it will also be prepared and we get ready for the soon coming of Jesus. Maranatha.
Ang ambahanon nga langit nun, amo ang nagahatag kabuhi sa aton panimbahon. Think of a church without Christian music. In her book, Education, Ellen White writes about the use of music for the uplift of souls. She writes that music is one of the most effective means of impressing the heart with spiritual truth. As part of religious service, singing is as much an act of worship as is prayer. Kagbangod sa sini nga tinutuyo, nabugna ining programa, Lanog sa Paglaom. Isa ka iglesia, isa ka ambahanon. Live only here at Hope Channel Bacolod on July 9, 2022 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Songs must either be original composition, original accompaniment, and original a cappella arrangement. Featuring Sagay District of the Seventh-day Adventist Church under Negros Occidental Conference. Kag ini inyo lang makita, diri lang sa Hope Channel Bacolod, sharing hope, changing lives.
Welcome back mga kapaglaom. Thank you for tuning in sa The Voice of Health. And we are sorry for some technical issues that we experienced earlier. But thank you because nagapadayon kamo sa pag-tune in sa aton nga program. And now let's continue sa discussion ni Dr. Bishi.
Next, so fifth, give yourself permission to feel good and to want what you want. Allowing yourself to feel good may take some time and practice. So it is important because if you do not know how to make yourself feel good, you will not truly be able to help your patients feel good. So compassion isn't some kind of self-improvement project or ideal that we're trying to live up to. Having compassion starts and ends with having compassion for all those unwanted parts of ourselves, all those imperfections, and we don't even have to look at it. So we have to acknowledge, recognize, and name our own suffering. Hug yourself, and tame the inner critic. Do not be so critical with yourself. Learn to praise yourself and acknowledge yourself for doing good. Invite yourself to, of course, hug yourself. You can hop up and down. You can chant peace and love, and commit that you will take good care of yourself. Self-compassion is a way of relating to ourselves kindly, embracing ourselves as we are, flaws and all. So when you do self-kindness, you treat others, yourselves the way we treat a good friend. To be human is to be imperfect and to struggle. So this is common in humanity. So we are all imperfect and we have to be present, be mindful, be aware of our own suffering. And maybe that pain would be coming from us, no, from our own harsh critic to ourselves. Self-care is very challenging, no, and if self-care were easy, everyone would be able to do it. Self-care takes time, effort, and perseverance. No, that's why there's a lot of aspects that you have. I've mentioned a while ago, no, physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual, and workplace. So it takes a lifelong commitment that is filled with challenges. So self-care boils down to personal decisions that are made every day, same as health. No, so health, every day, the choices that you make every day makes you healthy. It's not just a one-time, big time, no, like diet. No, so it has to be incorporated in your daily life. This may be difficult, but the choices that are made reflects the priorities a person holds. So the key is to appreciate the value that lifestyle behaviors bring to life. So this is like summary, no, of everything. So this is a lifestyle modification for improving our overall health. No, eat sensibly and regularly every day. Get adequate sleep each night. Exercise regularly. Spend time in nature and outside. Be aware of your stress level. Take precautions against exceeding your own limits. Acknowledge your reactions to stressful circumstances by allowing yourself time to cope with these emotions. Stay socially connected and have religious and spiritual involvement, and of course be of service to others. So this is a quote, no, from Philippians, Bible verse from Philippians 4:6-8. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things." No, so we have to think positively, think about the wonderful things that God has promised to us, so that this would, in one way or another, help us know whether manage our stress and have that peace that we'll be able to have in our lifetime. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doc Beshi, for that very informative topic about self-care. No, kapag laom ka rin, self-care nga topic, pwede mo na siya maistoryahan bilog nga adlaw, no? But thanks to Doc Beshi, no, compile niya gitanan nga aspect about self-care in just about an hour nga lecture. So we are so thankful for that very informative and wonderful topic. So at this moment of time, mga kapaglaom, no, let us now proceed to our question and answer. But before that, no, I would like to greet mga greetings diri sa Hope Channel. May already na greet from Ma'am Luz Casas. Hambal na diri, happy morning kapaglaom Nat, kapaglaom Karen, and Dr. Beshi. From Kapaglaom Red, happy morning from Baez family. So thank you so much from Baez family, no, for watching sa aton diri nga program. And also from Kapaglaom Ale ni Pomoseno, hambal niya diri, have a wonderful day watching from Tampalon, Kabangkalan City. So for our question, first question, Kapaglaom Karen, I would like to give the time to you, no?
Yes, I do agree kagina sa imo ginhambal kapag laom nat nga kadamo aspect ang self-care, and sa aton nga mga viewers, I know nga na-bless kamo sa aton nga discussion this morning. So Doc Bishi, I feel the conviction nga ma-start ko self-care sa akong self. And knowing that, kadamo galis ang aspect. So which one ang akong gid unahon? Because we do believe nga a bad habit is hard to break. So which one ay hanang aton nga pagasuguran para padayon kita sa pag-improve in all the concepts?
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Karen, for that question. Of course, now we have to do things which we have control of. No, like eating, how we eat. No, we every day that's a choices we make every breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So eat sensibly and eat what makes you healthy. No, even gearing towards that plant-based dietary pattern, the whole food plant-based. And of course, no, manage your physical activity, like moving. No, it takes guts and will. Sometimes people are just so lazy to to just stand up and walk. No, so take 5-minute breaks, walk around, and sometimes you can have exercises. 1-minute exercises in YouTube. There's a lot that you can find. No, for example, you're working. No, you have to stand up every 2 hours. You have to break that sitting habit. No, you should not sit for more than 2 hours. Not if you are diabetics, most especially. Every 30 minutes, kailangan ka magiho. No, and then of course sleep, because these three, sleep, physical activity, and exercise, nutrition, is very interrelated. So once you'll be able to correct these, no, along with the things that I have mentioned a while ago, then it would help, no, with the habits that you have to do in the next succeeding days.
Yes, thank you very much, Doc Pichi, sa iyong mga answers. So, we will start first sa actions and behavior nga makontrol naton, which is ang nutrition, ang exercise, and sleep. So, Doc, to follow, ang muna nga question, so at first lang kita ka-motivate. So, paano natin masustain ang motivation to have, to sleep early or enough sleep or to eat healthy? So, paano natin masustain ang motivation?
Okay. So in the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, included, no, so aside from sleep, physical activity, and nutrition, so we also have the connection, no, social connections. So when you have when you are closely connected with your loved ones, no, you have that relationship. So that is what motivates you. Now, for example, mga patients, no, they want to have what they call this one, the kids, no, that is their motivation. So they want to be healthy because they want to see their kids grow up, no, and be with them, you know, when they get married and have their family. So fostering that relationship, you know, with yourself, with God, and with your community will really like help you motivate, you know, to do healthy behaviors.
Okay, for our next question, this is from Sir Marvin Candido. And by the way, no, sa aton mga kapaglaom, you can text sa aton hotline, ka-comment sa aton mga Facebook page kung kamo may mga questions, no. And this program will also cater that. So daw kapaglaom ka rin daw pares lang sa nag-online consultation kita, no, sa aton nga program dire kay mayroon kita mga expert nga mga speakers, so masabat gid na nilang aton mga pamangkot. So for the question of kapaglaom Marvin, hambal niya dire, happy morning, Doc, and mga kapaglaom. I want to sleep early to help my cells regenerate. But even I'm early to bed, alas 12 man ko Japon ka sleep. Is taking melatonin always safe, Doc?
Mm-hmm. Actually, first, now before we give medications, we have to note anong reason ba nga kulang ka sa sleep, no? You are having difficulty in sleeping. So maybe you're not able to do physical activity. No, physical activity is one of the motivators, or no, one of the factors that would help us sleep. No, because when you do physical activity, you know, the ATP is released. So when ATP is released, no, there's accumulation of adenosine, and adenosine would help us become sleepy. No, so that's why if you have insomnia, no, take time to move and make sure you have enough sunlight. No, because your body will be able to know that, of course, when the day is and when the night is. But if you're always in the house, no, your body will not be able to know, aga ba subong, gabi ba subong, I need to go to sleep na. So yun, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you, Doc. So Mira, naman ko pamangkot, in particular sa nutrition. How about, Doc, ang mga kabataan nga na-train nga magkaon sang meat. So, while now they're adult, nabudlayan na sila mag-start eat healthy, such as aton vegetables and fruits. So paano ma-encourage ang adults now nga they were raised up nga meat ganyang ilay ang ginakaon sa ila panimalay?
Okay. So, actually, it's really hard, no? But we can do something about it. That is why there's this transitional diet. So we have the meat substitutes, no, for the start. But if you can add, no, sometimes we add fruits, no, vegetables. We ask the patient, ano ba ang favorite vegetable mo? Ano ba ang favorite fruit? And let's start from there. No, baby steps lang gid every time. So do not overwhelm the patient. I do not give like be a plant-based na vegetarian right away. So you have to transition the patient on what he is willing to do. Okay? Do you want me to expound more? Or okay na?
Sige, thank you, Doc. May pamangkot man ko, according to the research, ang millennials and Generation Z or Generation Alpha, may nakita ng danger in spirituality sa aton nga Generation Alpha. And particular sa self-care, may nakita component nga spirituality. So, paano ta na ma-incorporate sa aton nga Generation Alpha ang spirituality?
Okay. Actually, everything starts in the house, no, at home. So it's the parents' obligation, responsibility, no, to foster these things to their kids, and that's why it's important, no, to bond with your kids and spend time with your kids, because the parents are the teachers of these kids. It's hard to find this in friends, no? So having these things at home, like having your worship, having what the family has to, parang ilang culture gani, beliefs in the house, amo ni siya ang makamold sa children, no, for kids to develop spirituality and relationship with their Lord.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Doc. My question man ko, no, is it important in connection sa atong social aspect to be vocal with our self-care needs, or do we really need a support system?
Yes. Yes. No. That's why relationship is important. No, and have not only with your close friends, of course, your co-workers. No, your superior, your higher ups. No, of course, and also your colleagues. So if you think that you're being overwhelmed already, you know, you can talk to your superior and maybe find ways, no, on how everything would fit in the schedule or your schedule. Kaya kung hindi mo na ma-address, no, you will end up quitting. Ma-resign na lang ko. No, but of course, no, the superior is there to help you, and you can talk about it, and of course, it can be pwede siya ma-solve bala. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Doc. So sa aton nga Health and Lifestyle Institute, do we have self-care modules or programs nga gina-offer sang Adventist Medical Center Bacolod?
Okay, so that's on the list, no, na siya sa things to do, no? So eventually, as the pandemic is already easing, it's better to have the self-care modules, no, face to face, no, so that we'll be able to deal with the patient. Iba man gud ang the things when you do the module online, no, then when you see the patient, no, you're able to empathize with them and to address their needs, no, physically. So soon, no, with Mom Luz, and hopefully, actually, hindi lang sa mga patient, no, we in the Healthcare and Lifestyle Institute also need self-care, no, along with the healthcare workers of Bacolod Adventist Medical Center.
And I think this will be my last. Doc, you mentioned custom-made nga self-care. So, meaning to say, lain ako kay kapag laom na. So, amo nang butsilingon sina, Doc?
Of course, our resources are different, no? So, for example, those people in the fast-paced metropolis, no, so their needs would be different, no, from the people who are in the rural areas. So, amo na bala, so maybe diet iba, no? Maybe their exercise, they're already exercising, no? So, they have different kinds of exercises that you need to do. Parang mga ganon. So it's individualized, but there could be like the general, and of course, no, the one that fits your lifestyle, because everybody has a different lifestyle. It's not like di kahon na this is what you have to do.
Alright, thank you so much, no, sa mga nami nga mga questions. And also kadamo sa nga natunan. Me personally, kapag lam ka rin, no, damo ko natunan like ang aton daw nutrition and physical activity will affect our mood. So isa na sa akong mga learnings, and also, no, ang kagaina nga self-care ang daw ka abbreviation na bala nga kung paano nimo matipanan imong sarili. So gin simplify ni Doc sa iya lecture, tandaan lang naton ang word nga self-care. And also sa aton nga mga kapaglaom, no, nga ara subong sa workplace, you can check later on no, sa mga Facebook page nga na-share kag nag-live subong no, you can watch the recorded sessions of the Voice of Health kag pwede nyo man ma-share sa inyong mga families and loved ones later on. So at this moment of time, I'd like no to ask Doc Beshi if may message ka pa sa aton nga mga kapaglaom before we close our program.
Okay. So maybe it would be my the best opportune time, no, to tell everybody that we have the Lifestyle Medicine Health and Lifestyle Institute here in Bacolod Adventist Medical Center. We can tailor fit your health needs based on your lifestyle. We focus on nutrition, physical activity, sleep, stress management, connections or relationships, and of course avoiding risky substance use like alcohol and tobacco.
Okay, so sa aton nga reflections, luyag ko basahon ang comment ni Ma'am Chona Marie Tamares diri sa aton FB Live. And this is really important and related sa aton nga spiritual reflection. Siling ni Ma'am Chona, self-care is a way of honoring God, the one who created us. By self-care, we show the Lord that we value His creation. Being healthy is one of God's desires for us. In 3 John, chapter 1, verse 2, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. So, but silingon, ang aton nga Ginoo, hindi lang spiritual ang gusto niya mag-grow sa aton, kundi sa tanan nga aspects ang aton nga kabuhi.
And also, mga kapaglamo, I would like to share to you a verse from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. It says, For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which God prepared in advance for us to do. So it is important mga kapaglaom to take care of ourselves because even God treated us as His precious jewels because He is the one that created us. So kinahanglan man naton nga atipanan ang aton mga kaugalingon for us to be productive and to do good works nga hambal sa verse gin-prepare ng aton Ginoo sa adlaw-adlaw nga tanan. So before we end our program this morning, I would like to ask Kapaglaom Karen to lead us in our closing prayer.
Shall we pray mga kapaglaom? Amay namon nga balaan, yara ka sa mga langit. Nagapasalamat kami Ginoo sa ini nga program nga imo ginhatag sa amon kung sa diin si Doc Beshi discuss sa amon sang self-care kag kami nahangpan namon Ginoo nga kinanglan namon atipanan ang amon nga health kag hindi lamang ini sa amon nga spiritual kundi sa physical, emotional, psychological, sa amon nga relationship, sa amon family and friends, amo man sa amon nga workplace. Kag Ginoo, nagapasalamat kami sa imo nga paggiya sa technical and sa team nga contribute sa ini nga program. And most especially Ginoo, mayara kami special request sa ini nga kaagahon kay Dory Acopio nga mayara operation sa Mamsi Subong sa iya nga brain tumor. Kabay pa Ginoo nga ikaw ang magagiya sa mga doktor nga maga-operate sa amon nga utod kag kabay pa mangin successful ang ini nga operation. Kag Ginoo, kabalo kami nga ikaw gid ang greatest physician of all, nga ikaw magaayo kag magahatag sang maayong lawas para sa amon nga tanan. And Ginoo, sa amon pagtakop, i-bless mo ang amon nga viewers, amo man ang administration and staff sang Adventist Medical Center Bacolod, together sa Hope Channel Bacolod, kag sa mga panimalay nga nagapamati subong. Madamo gid nga salamat Ginoo, ini amon ginatugyan sa pangalan ni Ginoong Hesus. Amen.
Amen. Madamo nga salamat mga kapaglaom sa pag-upod sa amon sa sini nga kaagahon sa The Voice of Health episode. Iniliwat si kapaglaom nat nga nagabilin sa inyo that a healthy life is a happy life.
Kag ako ang inyo nga kapaglaom, Karen, nagabilin sang ini nga pahanumdom. Stay healthy physically and spiritually.
Mag-ululupdanay naman kita sa sunod nga Lunes, diri lang live sa Hope Channel Bacolod, Hope Channel Philippines, Hope Channel Central Philippines, Adventist Medical Center Bacolod, AWR 360 Bacolod, kag Negros Occidental Conference. Ini ang The Voice of Health.
Isa na naman katopiko ang ato nasturyahan subong nga aga.
Kami nagalaom kag nagapangamuyo nga ini makabulig sa inyo sang dako.
We would love to hear from you, our dear viewers.
For feedback and topic suggestions, call us at 034-488-7777 or visit our Facebook page at Adventist Medical Center Bacolod and send us a message.
Join us again next Monday at 11 in the morning.
Tune in for another informative talk about our body and health.
Because here in the Voice of Health,
We care for you.
the Voice of Health, ang tingog nga mabulig.
Para ikaw mas maging mapagros kag malipayon.